Welcome to TradeRep. This is Shorthammer. It is the 22nd of October 2019, and we're taking a look at Amazon. Now, this is a 4-hour chart, and what we see is that Amazon tried to hold or did hold above the 1690s. Buyers stepped in and gave us a nice little push, and we tested this supply area, the 1792, 1798, and 1805. Now, we did breeze through this supply demand zone, the 1747 by 1762, but we're back testing that, or we did back test that, and the buyer stepped in again. What we really want to watch for is a break of the 1805. And the 1805 is definitely an area that we've had trouble with in the past, whether breaking under or once under, breaking back over. So we want to see if on this second test, this second wave up, if we can push above this and then climb and get through the 1833.78. Now, if we remember, let's go back from the drop after the last earnings. We had this consistent selling with some minor pullbacks, and we pushed down through this 1747 area. But for a little over a month, the 1747 area by 1833 was the channel we were stuck in for that period of time. We did happen to drop below that channel into another channel, which was the 1746-ish by 1705. And we've bought our way back up into this upper channel through the 1756s. And now the expectation, I think, that most of the market has is a buying to commence that's going to squeeze us through the 1790s and the 1805s and to test these 1833s, preferably before earnings. But we'll see what happens here. Now, this week, I am not trading Amazon because the IV is insane. And usually with any ticker, if the IV is up over 100% or at 50% or 70%, I usually look for something else to trade. I'm usually not interested in trading something where the IV is juiced, just because I like to have an additional potential for, let's say I purchase an option and the IV is low, and then it begins to move in my direction, or if it doesn't move in my direction, either way, but then something happens that spikes the IV that increases the value of the option. I love when that happens because that's just another way for me to be able to profit from that trade. So when the IV is already high, that removes, for me, from my perspective, that removes one of the ways that I can profit from this option. If the IV is already high, then usually what I have to watch for is the IV going down, and then that negatively affecting the value of that option. So we'll be watching what happens with Amazon on earnings. Some people do play the QQQ as a way of playing Amazon or Apple or Microsoft, because that index is, I think, more than 60%, or at least 55 to 59% tech. So we'll be keeping an eye on Amazon. We'll see how we look intraday and what movements we make, but watch for a clearing of the 1805. And if we can't get through this area, I'd keep my eye open for a retrace back down and a potential retest of the 1756s. So this little area is really interesting. The 1756 being the floor and the 1805 being the ceiling. So all through here are supply demand lines, and we'll see if the buying pressure is strong enough to get us through this and then for us to leg. And you can look to the left and see the previous times we were in those areas and how the buyers and sellers reacted.